Hello! This is my first reflection post, and not totally sure where this is gonna go, but we'll see. Some notes that I jotted from the readings. I think I'm mainly gonna focus on Nancy's reading because that was particularly compelling to me. One thing that I thought was really interesting was the discussion she had about how they decided not to do teacher certifications and to not copyright contact improvisation. And so like made sense at first. They were wanted to copyright it because they didn't want people to get hurt because people weren't getting sort of the training. They only saw the big pieces, not getting the small pieces that led up to that. So when they said it, I was like, oh, okay, that totally makes sense. And then they said they decided not to do it because, and I thought that was really interesting. They decided not to because they didn't want to sort of have this authority or say, or they said something like policing, like, oh, you can't teach contact, oh, you're actually not doing, you haven't worked with us, so you don't have that authority. And I thought that was really interesting. And I think when then they talked about teacher certifications and how they decided to not do teacher certifications, that sort of was similar in that, and I think explained more of why they just, or like sort of at least a similar idea around the certification or the copyright, was for it to be collaborative and to let it grow and to let it be a form that is very collaborative and changes and grows and is molded by the different people that are working on it. And that the key thing for them, they said something like, instead of pushing people out, we're going to invite people in and let that have it grow and expand, and have there be communication and collaboration and a conversation about how to do things in ways that are safe, but also let it grow and be a thriving thing. So I thought that was really interesting. I thought that was really cool. And there was a little bit of a discussion that she like briefly touched on with like political, it being related, or like sort of the political implications of it, or the how social political factors sort of feed into it. And as a sociology major, I think that's super interesting, and I'm sure I'll learn more about that in the book we read. But I definitely can't help think about the sort of sociological piece of that, and sort of, no, we're not going to do copyright. Instead, we're going to invite people in, and we're going to collaborate, and we're going to talk, and we're going to play. We're going to do contact with people who want to do it instead of saying no, which is kind of a radical thing, I think. I think both from a like social political standpoint as well as a movement artistic standpoint. So I thought that was really cool. And I guess that's probably, I guess I'll do like another, I'll do some bullets. I also thought it was really interesting, the finger example, where she's like, someone asks her, okay, what is contact improv, and they're at a party, and she's like, okay, put down your martini glass and give me your finger, and so they do point of contact with their finger, and they start moving, and sort of working off of that. And she says, okay, that's what contact, it's like that, but the point of contact can be any part of your body. I don't know, just that image was pretty awesome to me. And I've done a little bit of contact in the past, and that's something that I've really loved to do. Is just like with people who are willing to like hold my hand or whatever, just sort of play in that way. So that sort of spoke to me and was fun. You know, you can even sort of just like on a very sort of light level use that. I also thought something that was really interesting was the physical limitations piece, and how Nancy was talking about, okay, so this is how we did in the past, this person can't roll forward like that, okay, so why don't you go like this in a bridge position and see what we can do with that. And that was super exciting for me because I have physical limitations, because I can't bend my back. So that is cool, and again, it sort of goes back to that first piece about, okay, like let's play with things, let's let the people who are here mold the form, instead of saying, okay, well, if you can't do this, then you can't be a part of it. So it was cool. Yeah, and the bit about mindfulness also spoke to me. But yeah, sort of the idea of it's similar in that you have to keep your focus on the point of contact, and if your mind drifts from the point of contact, then you lose the contact. That makes sense. That is what I have to say about the reading. I really enjoyed class on Thursday, and I'm super excited for tomorrow. And that is it. Cat dog out.